Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on where in the world you're joining us from. In the spirit of making our meeting accessible for people with visual disabilities, I'm going to paint a brief visual picture for you all. I am an Asian American woman with a lot of dark hair. I'm wearing glasses and a beige dress. My name is Christine Kim, and I am the founder and a board member of My Dog is My Home. And it is with the utmost excitement that I welcome all of you to My Dog is My Home's third annual co-sheltering conference. I will be your MC for the next 3 days, and I'm looking forward to holding this space for all of us to talk about, dream about, and take steps towards changing systems, changing lives, creating a world with equitable access to homes for people and their animals. My Dog is My Home is a national nonprofit organization based in the United States, and our mission is to increase access to shelter and housing for people experiencing homelessness with animals. We do that through our 3 pillars of programming. The first is storytelling. We create platforms for people with lived experience of homelessness with their animals to tell their stories and share how and why recognizing the human-animal bond contributes to an end to homelessness. The people directly impacted by homelessness have the most to gain, and they have so much to contribute to systems change. The second is community building. This encompasses our efforts to create relationships between people and organizations that would normally not interact with each other. We need opportunities to connect, work with, and learn from each other. And last but not least, technical assistance. For those organizations that need more one-on-one support to get to the next step in keeping people experiencing homelessness together with their animals when they need them the most, we are available to assist. But all of this boils down to one very important thing. We are a community organizing agency, and the Co-Sheltering Conference is potentially the best example of that community organizing ethos. This space is held in recognition that we are small and the problem is big. Our greatest chance to succeed is to spread out the knowledge, ownership, and the conviction that we can do things differently. It is also in recognition that while we dedicate ourselves wholeheartedly to preserving that bond between people and their animals in circumstances of homelessness, and we feel it is deeply important, it is not the most important thing. Our issue is not the center of the universe. It is one of many important issues at hand, and it is all connected. My Dog is My Home creates this space to reimagine homeless services and animal welfare ecosystems that are equitable, effective, and compassionate, trauma-informed, and that reach across disciplines and boundaries. As we invest our time and our labor in a better, more dignified quality of life for our communities that include people and animals, we must continue to recognize the intersection of homelessness, housing, animal welfare, trauma-informed care, accessibility and disability justice, racial justice, and economic justice. We need to invest in infrastructures and safety nets that sustain partnerships across disciplines and focus our commitments on solutions that allow individuals and families to thrive versus survive. This is the underlying outlook that drove the development of this conference. And the development of the conference was definitely not a breezy process. It was a lot of hard work, and there's a team of people who came together to make up the Co-Sheltering Conference Steering Committee this year. My Dog is My Home is primarily driven by volunteers, and I'd like to take a moment to thank our very dedicated volunteers and team members who came together and donated their time or went way above and beyond to bring you this conference. Much thanks and appreciation to, in alphabetical order, Abby Steinbach, Allison Cardona, Ann English, Anthony DeLallo, Blair Castro, Carol St. Hilaire, Chelsea Hughes, Dana Teal, Danielle Emery, Dorit Dowler Guerrero, Gary Poon, Jeff Dupay, Jillian McMillian, Kendra Moody, Peoria Houston, Lena Cohen, Lucy Biesenbach, Marley Sanchez Lopez, Sandra Bossert-Ochner, Sarah Hernandez, Shoshana Mosteller, Tia Johnson, Vicky Ramirez, and Zaida Morales. Now, everyone, please join me in thanking these extraordinary people by participating in what is known as a chatterfall. So everyone take 15 seconds to open the Whova chat. And again, that's the Whova chat, not the Zoom chat. Write something nice in acknowledgement of all the hard work our volunteers and team members put in, but do not press send yet. Once you're done writing your acknowledgement, wait for my cue to press send so all of the appreciation comes in at once, creating a very lovely chatterfall. And so if everyone could take their 15 seconds to go ahead and do that, remember, don't press send yet, just write in the Whova chat your very nice acknowledgement of our team. And on my cue, everyone, please press send. So now 1, 2, 3, send. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is amazing. I'm looking at the chat now. It's really beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for putting in those acknowledgements. Thank you for participating. And of course, none of this would be possible without our very generous sponsors. So if we could have the next slide, please. Thank you. So thank you to our conference's Platinum Underwriter, Maddie's Fund, a national family foundation established by Dave and Cheryl Duffield to revolutionize the status and well-being of companion animals. And thank you to our conference champion, Michelson Found Animals. On the advocate level, thank you to Lil Bub's Big Fund. On the friend level, thank you to Hood Venture Council. Our sponsors who came in at the supporter level, thank you to Kitsap Animal Rescue and Education, the International Association of Veterinary Social Work, Ryan Animal Rescue Foundation, Realtors and Rescuers made up of Lifestyle Realty and Next Chance Rescue, and the ASPCA. And of course, to our in-kind sponsors, Kong, One Health Partners, and Pre and Perry. Again, we thank you for your support. This would not be possible without you. If you'd like to learn more about our sponsors, please go to the Sponsor Center in Whova, where you can read about the sponsors and have access to the links to their website, as well as handouts and videos. Whova has other really wonderful features that we hope will make this conference going experience engaging, fun, and seamless. If you're in the app or joining us through your browser, once you log in, Whova makes it easy to just find the session that you're interested in attending at that time and clicking the join link. You do this by going to our agenda and then finding the session at that time that you're interested in attending. Whova is integrated with Zoom, so all of the same Zoom functionalities you're familiar with, like mute, turning off your camera, etc., are the same. The only minor difference is that we encourage you to use the chat function and the Q&A function in Whova, not in Zoom. Whova also makes it really easy for anyone to create a meetup that is separate from our official content. You'll also notice that each day of our conference is themed. Day 1 is dignity and trauma-informed care. Day 2 is accessibility and well-being. And day 3 is economic justice. The tone of each day is set by our keynote and plenary speakers at the top of the day. We then break out into 2 simultaneous short talks, which are 30-minute presentations that introduce the audience to a topic. These short talks are tracked by audience, so there's one short talk dedicated to our animal welfare audience, and one short talk dedicated to our Health and Human Services audience. From those 2 short talks spring 3 to 4 simultaneously occurring 1-hour sessions that are either workshops or office hours. Workshops are skill-based and meant to leave you with practical tips and tools. Office hours are an opportunity for audience members to ask questions and troubleshoot issues with an expert on a specific topic. For example, on day 3, we have an office hour session called Live Feedback on Incorporating Trauma-Informed Design for People and Your Animals in Emergency Shelter. Our experts for this session are Dr. Jill Pobley from Design Resources for Homelessness and Dr. Rebecca Stuntebeck, an animal shelter design veterinarian. These 2 together bring their expertise in design of both human emergency shelters and animal shelters together, and they can provide feedback on your current shelter and how to better integrate or plan to bring these 2 worlds together. So any design-related questions may be brought to this office hour session, and the intention is to help you workshop your concerns as they relate to policies, procedures, and practices, and in this case, design at your own sites. So another example on day 3 is there's an office hour session called Ask the Pet Groomer. So anyone who is running an emergency shelter that has concerns about, grooming related concerns related to having animals on site, such as, I live in Southern California, it's warm all year round. Like, how do we control for fleas when we bring animals into the shelter? This would be the place where you can ask an expert, ask a groomer about their opinion on that. And that'll help you workshop your own policies, practices, and procedures at your own emergency shelter. So we hope you take full advantage of both types of simultaneous sessions, the workshops and the office hours. And before our esteemed keynote speaker joins us, I want to take the opportunity to set the stage. Our conference theme at large is Changing Systems, Changing Lives, creating a world with equitable access to homes for people and their animals. And as I mentioned before, each day within the conference has its own sub-theme. Day 1 is dedicated to dignity and trauma-informed care, and we chose this as an intentional way to begin our conference. This conference sits within a larger movement to end homelessness for people and for animals. That is the vision. And to put it simply, the solution to ending homelessness is to provide and preserve homes. That word home is very meaningful for us. The organization is not called My Dog is My House or My Dog is My Shelter. It is My Dog is My Home. A home is more than housing. People need choice, they need connection and support, and they need safety. And for all of us here, it's a self-selected group. We already get it. We understand how an animal contributes to all of these things. So not only should someone's home be all of the above, but the process leading up to that home should be all of the above. Our systems of help should not be re-traumatizing people or adding to the trauma that people have already experienced by choosing for them who is and is not a part of their families. Animals are a part of our chosen families, and recognizing the human-animal bond is a part of trauma-informed care.